Welcome back to Tater Thoughts, the Corruption Chronicles, the new series that I've started exposing corruption within government. Yeah, we got a good one today. Stay tuned.
You're watching Tater Thoughts, the no BS take on current events.
All right, Taterheads, brace yourselves. A South Brunswick cop, a sworn law enforcer, stands accused of bleeding his own union dry to the tune of over $75,000. You know how he got caught? He tripped himself up by shoplifting a measly $100 set of bedding sheets in broad daylight. This isn't just about a few missing bucks.
A South Brunswick police officer is suspended without pay this morning after prosecutors say he paid himself thousands by siphoning money from the union. 53-year-old Abraham Jason Gassman was serving as a treasurer for the PBA when he stole $75,000 to make personal purchases, according to the Monmouth County prosecutors. On top of taking the money, the officer is accused of filing fake documents to cover the crimes. Investigators say they discovered the missing money while looking into the suspect in a separate shoplifting incident in an Ocean Township department store earlier this year.
This is about a staggering betrayal of trust, calculated scheme by someone paid handsomely to uphold the law, not break it. So who is this guy? Meet Abraham Jason Gassman. From here on out, I'll just call him Jason. He is age 53. He's a patrolman first class for the South Brunswick Police Department. I believe that's in New Jersey. But for over a decade, since 2009, he's held the coveted position of treasurer for PBA Local 166. That's the Police Benevolent Association, the very organization meant to protect and serve its officers. It's their union. With that title came exclusive, unchecked control over their entire bank account. Bet you'll never guess what happens next. Now let's talk about money. In 2015, public payroll records reveal that Jason wasn't struggling. He pulled in a whopping $136,967 as a patrolman first class, according to public records. Those are the last records that we have of his salary, but that was back in 2015. Fast forward that 9 years, and I wonder what that's worth. To put that in perspective, that's 155% above the township average. I'm sure there was a lot of overtime put in there, but knowing he's a liar, he probably lied about that too, but we don't know. Now, this wasn't a cop scraping by. This was a well-compensated public servant. So why the deep dive into illicit funds? It makes the betrayal sting even harder. Nobody really knows if he had a gambling problem or something. I couldn't find it in public records or any news accounts. But between 2019 and 2025, prosecutors allege Jason systematically siphoned PBA funds for his own personal gain. We're talking about an astonishing shopping spree, funded by his fellow officers' dues. The list is jaw-dropping. He got some home improvement tools, luxurious patio furniture, propane tanks, high-end leaf blowers. He likes the outdoors, multiple TVs, a full home gym kit, microwaves, luggage. Hell, he even got groceries on their dime. He didn't just use the union credit card. He's also accused of outright pocketing cash from charity fundraisers. Money meant for good causes ended up right in his pocket. And if that wasn't enough, he double billed the town for a business trip, charging lodging, parking, fuel, and meals, and then allegedly billing the union for the same expenses. This was systematic, brazen theft. Now, the most embarrassing part about all this is how he got caught. How did it all unravel? Not through a sophisticated internal audit or a whistleblower. Nope. It all blew up when Jason, the high-earning, trusted treasurer of his union, was caught shoplifting about $100 of betting. The kicker? He was in full uniform, probably wearing a South Brunswick police badge, and then had the audacity to flee the scene in his marked police cruiser. No crap. That unbelievable act of petty theft triggered a Monmouth County prosecutor probe, which, like pulling a loose thread, unraveled 6 years of deep-seated systemic financial abuse. Why commit such a crime when you're already making an excellent living? Prosecutors are clear. There's nothing deeper than straight-up unadulterated greed. This was about personal enrichment, pure and simple. No political vendetta, no retaliation against the union, just cold, hard cash and material possessions. And let's be very clear, there's not a whisper of addiction here. No credible reports tied Jason to substance abuse, gambling, or any other dependency. This wasn't a cry for help. It was a deliberate choice to enrich himself at the expense of his colleagues. So what kind of charges is Jason facing? Well, yesterday, July 16th, 2025, Jason surrendered to authorities. The list of charges he's now facing is extensive and serious, reflecting the severity of his alleged actions. Now remember, it's alleged. Still got to be proven. He is facing second and third degree official misconduct for abusing his public office, second and third degree theft by deception for the systematic embezzlement, third degree hindering apprehension for fleeing the scene of the shoplifting in his patrol vehicle, fourth degree falsifying records for alleged documents, and then shoplifting, disorderly persons, the initial crime that brought down the house. This isn't a slap on the wrist. These are felony charges with serious consequences. And there's nothing worse than a former cop in jail. They are the lowest of the low. So currently, Jason is being held at the Monmouth County Correctional Institute awaiting future proceedings. The South Brunswick Police Department, under Chief Heiduka, acted swiftly, immediately suspending him without pay. What's funny is I'm sure his union has to represent him in this case, even though he stole from the union. This demonstrates a clear commitment to accountability within the force. Prosecutors are also taking firm steps, asking the court to bar him from contacting PBA Local 166 board, demanding he surrender his firearms and requiring him to submit to monthly reporting while the case moves forward. All measures to prevent further harm or tampering. So what's next? Here's a normal playbook. His arraignment in Monmouth County Superior Court will be a critical first step, with bail arguments likely to be explosive given the nature of the charges and the flight risk demonstrated. Pre-trial hearings will dig into the nitty-gritty, likely focusing on allegations of password tampering and the fake reimbursement documents. If he's convicted, Jason faces years behind bars, steep fines, and court-ordered restitution to the very union he's accused of plundering. That's if he survives jail. Prison for cops is no joke. This case is far from over, Taterheads, and it serves as a stark reminder that no one, especially those sworn to uphold the law, is above it. Stay glued to Tater Thoughts, because once that gavel drops, we will dissect every twist. Smash that like button, subscribe, ring the bell so you never miss a Tater Thoughts exclusive. That is today's Tater Thought.
You're watching Tater Thoughts, the no BS take on current events.